This is called Vibe or Superlative. And a few iconic artists are in here. So you tell me what first comes to mind. It's all fun, no shade, all fun. No rankings. So who has the most, but also it's hard. Blame the producers, not me. So who has the most untouchable vocals? Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Patti LaBelle.
Oh, come. Why are you doing this?
You can't even pick it really off of voice. You just got to pick it off who makes your favorite songs.
Me? I can't do that.
It's hard.
I'm going to be drugged through the mud
Whitney.
online. I'm going to be drugged through the mud online.
Fine.
I cannot.
It's Whitney. I love everybody though. Okay, who made you believe in love the most? Babyface, Anita Baker, Luther Vandross.
Ooh.
The hand is killing me.
My goodness. I'm going to say Luther.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Luther because that was my first occurrence and experience. You know, I was introduced to Luther before I was Babyface.
Yeah.
What was the other name you said?
It was Anita Baker. You know we love Anita. She's always.
I was listening to Luther first through my dad because, you know, he's a singer. So he would sing Luther before I heard him ever sing any Anita Baker. So I'll say Luther.
I love Luther.
So everyone is great on the list.
Yes. Okay, who had the best era-defining run? Mary J. Blige, Brandy, or Toni Braxton? That is hard.
I mean, runs for days, Brandy.
I think they mean like
run.
You know, over the course of time.
I'm thinking about vocal ad-libs.
She said the runs are Brandy down.
If we're talking about runs, vocal ad-lib runs, Brandy.
This is hard.
Say that again. We're talking about career?
Yeah,
runs?
like, and I guess really like what who had the best era-defining run, like the run that defined them and their era of the artists we know them who they are today. Like I feel like Mary J. Blige had too. I feel like she had one where it's like the I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna shed no tears, and the Just Fine era. Then we had like obviously Brandy, Full Moon era. You know, Toni Braxton, the short hair, her putting that on the map. You know,
one thing I'm gonna say is Mary J. Blige was at the beginning of the birth of hip hop and R&B fusion, which is a template for us all today. And she was the first, as far as I know, in the 90s, where all of that excitement that we all felt and that culture and that divide, but intersection where things were just birthed. And not just musically, I'm talking about fashion, the hair, the nails, the makeup, the presentation. And I remember that being just this very incredible moment for the culture that I don't think was duplicated because she set that bar and she created that space. So I'm going to go with Mary J. Blige.
I could not agree more. I feel the exact same way about Mary J. Blige. And honestly, people ask me, I thought about this just now. People ask me, oh, is there somebody life story that you want to do? Mary J. Blige. I would love to do Mary life. If they ever do Mary, they ever do your life, I'm going to be real love. Look. I'm tired of y'all. I don't know what she was saying, but I'm ready to act. I'm ready for that role.
And those songs are so timeless because she's still touring today. And those songs are just so dynamic, you know.
It's
live band. You can just sing along.
You know.
And you feel it.
Let's get it crunk up.
You feel it.
Come on, Dancery. Okay. Last two. Who has the most emotional voice? This is hard. Sade, Aaliyah, Erykah Badu.
Emotional.
Emotional is an interesting word to use for there.
I'm going to say Erykah Badu has the most conscious voice where I'm learning. Aaliyah has a very soothing tone where I feel relaxed, like
I love his look.
Like my nervous system is not all over the place. But I'm going to say Sade, surprisingly, and people probably don't think of emotional when you're not hearing gospel music, right?
Yeah.
Sade has a lot of emotion in her lyrics and her tone. And it's so hard to do. And a lot of it is linear.
Yes.
But there's something very emotional with her register. And so I'm going to say Sade.
I don't know why for me, was Sade. I was like trying to think about her voice in there and that's what came out, girl. I don't know why. Okay, last thing. Who feels the most timeless? This one's going to upset you, so just get ready. Stevie Wonder, Prince, Maxwell.
The most timeless.
The most timeless.
I would say Stevie Wonder for sure.
That was quick. Now why Stevie? Well,
Stevie Wonder
makes sense actually.
I think he recorded his very first album. He was like 11 years old. And There's so much intention behind every lyric, every instrument, but he also sees through a different lens that none of us do. And he speaks and creates his art from a very spiritual place, and also views the world from that place. And we could learn a lot from him. And when I listen back to all of the jams that I grew up listening to, there's so much magic in his lyrics. And you can hear the intentional aspect of that, but also the global nature.
Yes.
And I've seen Stevie Wonder live in a whole different country, bringing the world together. All ages, so many different races, backgrounds, and the impact of his music is so great. It will be here forever, and it's not salacious. It's not risque. It's very meaningful, and it will change your consciousness and your frequency. So Stevie Wonder.
Yeah. I feel the same. I mean, I feel this way about a lot of artists, but when you were just saying that right now and then bringing up the frequency, I often feel this way about Earth, Wind, and Fire all the time. Their stuff is about to take you to the stratosphere.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It will literally put you in a meditative, you know what I mean? Like, okay, this is the last one for real. Who inspired the current generation? This is really the last one. Who inspired the current generation the most? Janet Jackson, Beyonce, Alicia Keys. I'm going to say Janet Jackson.
So current generation, please define that.
Current generation,
who are we talking about?
I guess we would consider, what are the current generation of artists today? We would talk about Summer Walker, SZA. We would talk about Kehlani. Who else is out? Bryson Tiller, Ella Mai. Bryson Tiller, Ella Mai, SZA, Kehlani, Summer Walker, Jhené Aiko. That's kind of if I'm thinking about current generation. And obviously, it depends on who you're listening to. But if we're talking about R&B, I guess that's who I mean.
That's a tough question because artists are influenced by so many.
Yeah.
An archive of artists. And I don't necessarily know style-wise who they're influenced by.
Yeah.
But I will say, because Janet has been there way before we were even a thought, and laid a blueprint, she's an influence to everyone after her that has existed that may be more possibly influential today because of their presence. And so I have to start with the blueprint.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily know, depending on the artist and who they're studying.
But that's exactly what I would
reason
say is Janet Jackson. I would say Janet Jackson for the exact same reason you said, because the influence has impacted over such a great amount of time that sometimes people don't even know when they are inspired by her. For instance, somebody will be saying, oh my gosh, I look up to Britney Spears, like I'm so inspired by her. Okay, well,
so
you're
if you're inspired by her,
Janet.
you're inspired by Janet.
That type of thing, which I think is really cool because it's like, that to me is like the greatest sign of influence, is that the elements are hodgepodged in and you might not always know where it's coming from but it's like, if you see it, if you know it, you'll see it.
Absolutely.